Hello there, hi, welcome back to Adventures in Music with me, Jim, where we listen to, talk about, and do all sorts of things music-y. It's Monday. We've got through another week, a weekend, and I am back almost pretty much properly to making videos again. So, what have we got today? We've got a band never heard of. It's called Neural Glitch. This is brought to the channel by Chris Parker. And he's written to said psychedelic, tech death, glitchcore, industrial prog band out of Dallas, Texas. Real musicians and singers mixed with synths, electronics, and hyper detailed glitch editing from the debut album Convinced to Obey. We've got 3 tracks to listen to. I don't actually understand what any of that means. I'm sure we'll find out. Actually, I do know glitch. I've done a little bit of glitch editing myself, but it's been a long time, about 10 or 12 years ago. Anyway, let's see what this is all about, shall we? This is Phase Shift by Neural Glitch. And it sounds like this. A 3, a 2, a 1, pop.
You have no idea what is real.
Any idea what it's being sung about? It reminds me a little bit of an eagle. Very, very interesting. Oh. I'm less keen on the the vocally bits on here. Okie dokie. Alright, I was going to pause that for a second because I think the next one I need to expand. Right, so second track now. This is a cover of Synchronicity 2 by the Police. This could be fun. Let's see what this is like then. 3, 2, 1, bosh. It's the Police. This is pretty mad. Is it a cover or is it a remix? That's so cool. I really, really like that. The video editing skills on here are really good as well. It's not just the sound editing. Sort of a Devon Townsend-y sort of. For me, this works a lot better than the first track. And that's probably because of melody. Right. I do believe we're coming to the end of that one. Oh. Excellent. And then the final track, probably just a glitch, and it goes like this. A 3, a 2, a 1. Wash. Very, very, very interesting to listen to. Again, I think I prefer this as well to the first one.
Sure, it's only a glitch. Glitching so hard. You call this a glitch?
That's actually a glitch.
Is that it? It is. Wow. There we go. Neural glitch. What an extraordinary sound. Not even a sound, a collection of sounds we've just been listening to. 3 different songs. I need to get me. Phase shift, synchronicity 2, and probably just a glitch. So, that first one, phase shift, it was too. I don't know. I guess I wasn't sort of quite prepared for it, ready for it. By the time we got to synchronicity 2 and probably just a glitch, I was in the zone. But I think that just sort of threw me initially. So, what on earth is this? Where are we? Where are we going? What are we listening to? Synchronicity 2, I think for me, I know it's a cover, it's a recognizable piece of music, but it's for me, that was the strongest of the 3 because there was identifiable melody that carried you through the whole piece. There was lots of stuff happening elsewhere. The rhythms were changing, there was glitching going on all over the place, there were sounds, completely unrelated samples flying in left, right, and centre. But the underlying song was there. And probably just a glitch, I think, had a similar feel to it. Obviously, not the same thing at all, but had a similar structure, as in it was a recognisable piece of music. Whereas the first one, Phase Shift, was I couldn't identify at any point whether I was at start, beginning, middle, end, where I was in the track. It was just although the time was spot on, it is an absolute random shuffling. So imagine having a big pack of cards with 52 different sounds on each one, and just shuffling it all up and sort of putting it all back together again. That's kind of what we got. Is the whole thing was just, for me, it's just quite a sort of a difficult listen, bit of a not for a calm, rested mind. There's a piece of software that I have used in the past, and it's by a company called Isotope and developed by BT. He's a dance music producer, and he works with Isotope. And it's called Stutter Edit, and it's fantastic. And that, I'm not sure if that's what these guys have used on here, but you run. So I used Logic for recording, which is a program on Apple. And you have all your different stems, all your different bits of stuff that you've recorded, and you can feed each of those different stems into Stutter Edit, and then sort of play around with it and make it do all sorts of interesting things, as many of them as you want. And some of them will do different stuff, some of them will do all the same things, and then you can do an overall global thing for the whole thing as well. So I have a feeling that may be what's happened here. Again, I might be wrong, but it's some of the sort of telltale sounds from that software on here. And that's not a criticism at all. It's just I recognise how that was done, and it's pretty cool. Very, very interesting. Is it something I want to listen to? I think I would go back and listen to certainly those last 2 tracks, Synchronicity 2 and probably just a glitch. I think they were awesome. I'd have to be very much in the right frame of mind, though, to want to listen to this on an ongoing basis. And I don't know quite when I'd want to listen to it. If it had kind of... It's certainly not a lot of music to sort of calm me down. It's a bit like Igor, isn't it? So I don't know when I want to listen to that, but I really enjoyed it. I'm glad I did listen to it. And I have listened to it again since then, but there's not an occasion that I can think of that I think, you know what would be perfect for this moment? Some Igor. And I think it's the same with this. You know, I did think there's what would be perfect for this moment would be some neural glitch. That'd do the job. It's music but it's very, very unlike a lot of other music that you'll have heard. Now, it's up to you to decide whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, but absolutely hats off and applause for trying and doing something completely different. As is always the case with music when it's new, different, challenging, it takes time. Now, I don't think this is the future of music. I don't think this is where it's going to be going. I could be completely wrong. This may be where everything is going, but it's certainly offering a different perspective and a different thing to listen to. So, as I say, absolute well done, applause, hats off, well done for trying something different. I'm glad I've heard it. Chris, thank you very much for bringing that to the channel. I hope you've enjoyed that, and I hope anybody else listening and watching it has enjoyed it or found something in there to enjoy as well. I'll see you all on the next video, whenever and whatever that is. Until then, this is Jim. Over and out.